Oh, I had to stand up for this one. I want to just be able to pace around, walk around. This is a sad day, a sad week in card games, let me tell you. All right, let's talk about it. So, you ever just get completely destroyed? I mean, you think you're doing something cool, you think you're doing something fun, you think you're helping out the community and, being a Chad, and then you get completely attacked by a bigger body. That is exactly what happened. The card player that got attacked this week, brutally demolished, and his dreams crushed. None other than Mr. Tamron Cardwell. Now, for somebody that don't know who he is a My Hero Academia TCG Universes content creator. He makes content for the game. Cool guy. I follow him on Twitch. He's alright. Not bad. Whenever you think of content creators in the My Hero Academia TCG space, you probably also think of that guy. Probably the most well-represented content creator, because he's the only consistent one that makes content. Like if Steven made more My Hero content, he'd probably be bigger, but he's not, so let's get with the Tam. Alright. What happened? So this guy was supposed to go to Worlds. Worlds. That sounds good, right? Worlds. And he ended up doing, I guess, an unofficial stream. And Jasko hosed him, gave him the hammer, the big middle finger, and said, yeah, sir, you're not going to Worlds anymore. Because of this unofficial stream. Now, when Jasko released their statement, originally I read it and I'm like, okay, this kind of makes sense. I wonder what happened. Okay. After a little bit of digging, a little bit of research, I realized that there was more to play than just this. Because I looked over everything and was he a little maybe rowdy? Okay. Maybe a little rowdy. But undeserved. In my opinion, if you ask me honestly, this guy, he didn't deserve it. I feel really bad for him. Now, somebody might ask, Mario, why are you making My Hero content? What you're Digimon? What doing? Oh, don't worry. We're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. This actually strikes a chord with me, but we're gonna get to that in a second. And for the record, I did try My Hero. I have a video on this channel. I have a couple streams where I literally play the game. I personally found the game pretty boring. That's neither here nor there. That doesn't matter. I'm just explaining why I'm making this in the first place. So I know how things kind of work. Okay, whatever. Sir. Whew. Now, me being me, right? If you guys recall, I made a video not too long ago, which was in response to a Twitch stream where I unofficially streamed over an official Digimon commentary Ultimate Cup stream or whatever. And I had to take months to make that video and to explain my piece, to make it make sense, right? I'm a very big advocate for content creators should be allowed to make the content that they want to make. Especially if the community finds it helpful or useful or entertaining or all the above. I'm very big on that type of thing. I am. I'm huge. I'm huge. Yeah. Make your jokes. I'm huge. All right. Sounds good. You see, not everybody thinks that way, though. Some people are very hot on the censorship button. They like to pin that button down as often as possible when something doesn't go a big company's way. You see, at the end of the day, the content creators are kind of there to provide an outlet to the game. It's nice that they get the exposure, but do us small content creators really matter in the grand scheme of things? I don't think so. Not really. No. I mean, I'm sure that this Tamron guy, this wonderful individual, has convinced people to play the My Hero Academia Universes card game. I'm sure. I'm certain. I know that I get messages every week saying, yo, you convinced me to play this game, try it out. It sounds good. And I know. I have the messages. I don't usually respond to them, but there's a lot of them. I see them. It's very interesting that we live in a world where you cannot make the content that you want to make. There's two. Whenever something like this happens, there's two ways that Mr. Tamarin guy could have went about it. He either could have, apologized, vowed to do better, be more careful in the future, which I think is the way he's going. The other approach is that he could have went all scorched earth and just said, fuck it. Doesn't matter anymore. I'll keep making my content. I'll keep being successful, and I won't touch another My Hero official tournament ever again. He could have done that. Don't think he is, but he could have done that. And it made me think to myself, when this whole thing happened, from Bandai's point of view, I could be on the other the other side of this at some point. You know what I mean? Because my content, you know what I mean, is very like Mr. Tamarin guy's content is pretty sterile in comparison to mine. I'm really elastic, tongue in cheek, as some people have recently told me. This guy made one mistake and Jasko pounced on him. Took his World's Invite, crumpled it up, threw it in his face, stomped on him, and called it a day with it. You know what I mean? He handled it a lot better than I probably would have if I cared. I'm pretty sure he cared. Where am I going with this? I'm rambling. What's my point here? If you're a content creator, or anyone playing any card game for any reason whatsoever, you're never safe. Just because the community responds positively to you, just because you might be doing the right thing or doing a good service or whatever the case might be, they don't care. If it was me in Digimon Land with Bandai, let's say hypothetical anything ever happened, you know what I mean? And let's say hypothetically at that point in time I decided to say, I don't care, done, did Digimon, bye, no more product. Bandai doesn't care. I buy a case or two for myself every set and some cases for my store. They don't care. What's 5-6 cases? It's nothing to them. It's nothing. Do you know how cheap it is to print cards? You know how cheap it is to print these cards? It's cheap. It's very cheap. They do not care. And they always know, well, okay, if we really want content creators, there's plenty. There are a dime a dozen. You know what I mean? Anyway, I just wanted to release a little bit of a rant, a discussion, an unedited point of view video from the thing. I do feel bad for the guy. I don't think he deserved it. And I know a lot of the people in the community also believes that he did not deserve it. Will it change Jasko's mind? Nope. Probably not. They're done. They don't care. They think they were violated and touched inappropriately by Mr. Tamarin guy. So they're probably done for now, and they say try again next year, basically. It sucks. It really does suck, and there's no good way to do it. I think he's handling it like he wants to try and do the Worlds thing again, so he's not going to go all scorched earth, so, good on him. I respect his decision. He should do what makes him happy, and as far as content goes, just remember, guys, nobody's safe. Unless you're lucky, or, as some would call it, skillful enough to get into content creators' good graces, you're not safe. No one's safe. You could get crept on in a dark alley at the middle of the night and get fucked. You could. Anyone can. We've seen plenty of people in the Yu-Gi-Oh community get banned recently. Pokemon, it's happened before. Magic's happened before. It's happened now with Jasko for My Hero, and I'm sure that other card games happen too. I'm sure. It just sucks, in my opinion, because content creators, if they're taking the time to make content for y'all, they should be able to make the content they want to make. Have a good day. See you later. Tamarin guy, sorry about your luck, but you keep doing what you're doing. You're doing good stuff, sir.